welcome to a very special episode of Okon Bros.
We don't know these ladies. Actually, before we even introduce them, like, subscribe, leave comments down below.
These ladies are our wives.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi.
This is Jennifer. That's my wife.
Jen, take a bow. And this is my wife, Sharon, the lovely Sharon. Sharon, take a bow.
Hello.
And yeah, you know, we thought it would be a pretty good perspective.
They came in here kicking and screaming.
Yeah, they didn't want to come in at all. They're like,
At first, ever.
What are we going to talk about?
We talk about how amazing Eric. I'm going to start this podcast out with a quote. Behind every great man, and yes, I believe Eric and I are great. Behind every great man is an amazing woman, and I have to. It's the truth that I could not have been this successful personally, professionally, emotionally, and mentally without this woman next to me.
100%. Jen is my backbone, and
all right, that's enough.
You know, you got to talk up the situation.
Oh,
we do.
okay.
We do. No, for real. Eric and I absolutely would not have been this successful if it wasn't for the two of you and your support. You know, and just being there for us, you know, and don't look at me like that. Jen and Jen is my little sister, right? We could all just say Jen became, I've never had a little sister. Go ahead, just make fun of me more.
I will next week.
Jen is my little sister. And, yeah, it's just been the relationship between the four of us. There's this definite dynamic that we have that is, I mean, you couldn't have scripted this.
We all get along.
Yeah.
Which is unusual with a sister-in-law type situation. And it's just a great dynamic. But the perspective that I wanted to get between the two girls, because, and I think this is great because we're like a business law of attraction podcast, is they came into our family and it's a family business.
Well, I thought of this last night. Sharon comes from a lineage of family businesses. You know, Jen doesn't have family business. I don't think so, right? Like your parents never owned a business.
Nothing.
Your aunts, uncles, no one really.
Not at all.
Right, but now Sharon, what do your parents do? Where you came from a lineage of family business. What happened? How did it start?
My grandfather on my mom's side started a printing business, and my mom carried it over, and my dad came into the business, and our partnership, my brother's working there now, and they still have it, still going strong for now.
Got to get them on here.
Yeah, we do have to get Orna and Zev on here. That'd be a crazy podcast.
That would be an insane podcast.
Yeah, I know. Danny too. Listen, you got to give them credit for what they do and what they build. They have a great life. They built this amazing business. And speaking of also business, Sharon's aunt and uncle, they're in a different stratosphere. This guy, right. Michael and Iris, big shout out to them. Michael built a liquid natural gas facility in Houston. I'm paraphrasing here, but Sharon comes from a line of entrepreneurs.
Right.
You know, David, your uncle too. You know, he owned business.
Printing.
Yeah.
And Jen, your father's a teacher.
Yes, he's a retired guidance counselor.
But
where was he a guidance counselor?
All over New York City.
So he wasn't on Long Island.
He ended up in Springfield Gardens.
Oh, okay.
He started out in like the Brooklyn,
really?
Bronx, yeah.
I must say, being a teacher, I don't know how anybody could be a teacher.
Oh, mad respects to the teachers.
That is hard work.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. No, mad respects to the teacher. Your mom was nursery school, right?
Nursery school. That's it.
It's amazing.
She was like a legal secretary.
Was that something that you wanted to do growing up? No, you didn't want to be a teacher at all.
Well, I wanted to be like more of a special ed teacher.
Mm-hmm. Really?
But never.
Then she met me.
It just got too hard.
She is a special ed teacher too. No, Eric. No, Eric. This is not how we
put our shoes on. You can do it.
Did you ever want to be in business? Coming from family history of business. I mean, you technically are in a family business now.
No, my parents never wanted me to be in the business.
They wanted you to be like the MTA or something, right?
No, that was
much later as an off-color comment.
Yeah.
My dad always wanted me to be a doctor. So that's what I went to school for.
Sharon went to NYU pre-med. I don't
With
think
psychology.
with psychology. I
As a
can't
minor.
stress. Like
That was hard.
CW post kid here. I don't know what you did. You were in post for a little bit.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Jen, you were in
Nassau community.
Nassau community. Sharon was
Worked.
NYU pre-med. Right? Yeah, right. It worked.
And look where I am now.
And look where you are now, helping run a global transportation service,
Family business.
family business.
Absolutely.
Did you ever think that you would ever do this in a million years?
No.
When you were growing up, you thought that your path would have been
I didn't know what my path was.
really.
I just went along and tried to figure it out as I went.
When you were in pre-med, was there anything specific, like a children's doctor, psychiatrist? Like, was there anything that you wanted to do specifically in the field of medicine?
I liked evolutionary biology.
What is that?
But,
Said the Nassau community graduate.
Is that like
No,
that
really,
little
what-
like thing that grows up in those pictures?
the evolution of men? And the final, I saw one of those recently where the final one was a dude sitting on a couch playing a video game.
That's what I
eating
think
Doritos.
of. But I'm Nassau community. I'm sorry.
What is evolutionary biology, or if that's what
I mean, just studying how things evolved from a biological perspective.
really? And that's
I
what
thought that was interesting, but
right.
no, it never went anywhere, obviously, and
Right.
I just could see myself in medical school.
Sharon worked in the labs. Sharon worked in the Cold Spring laboratories, right?
Yes, we studied Arabidophilis and corn.
Tell us more. And Jen's been working. Jen, how old were you when you started working?
I started when I was about 12.
Doing what?
I always babysat and took care of kids.
That's
and then
awesome.
I was always in summer camps every summer till I was about 20.
Right, but
Which
when
was only
when
about 2 years
when
ago.
Jen was 12, she was watching. When Jen was 12, she was watching 3 kids.
Yes, which
Like, try and
12-year-olds can't do now.
And she can't handle the 2 that she has now. Actually, the 3.
It's completely different.
What's the difference
Totally.
between babysitting and having Hallie and Zach and Eric?
Yes, and Eric.
And Eric as your big boy.
Babysitting was a lot of fun because you were like the authority figure for the night and you told them what to do and, it was bedtime and you felt like the mom for a few hours and you got paid for it, which was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go home and you're done. And then being a mother is,
20.
okay, you're going to sleep in my room tonight. I'm going to sneeze and cough on you. I'm not going to listen to anything you say today because I just feel like it. And,
This segues into
totally different.
This is great because this segues into motherhood, and I have to say, you two are you two are the best mothers for real. And I'm not trying to kiss your asses. All right, you guys have it down.
Just saying it because we're recording.
No, it's not.
no.
What did Dad always say about them?
They're the best mothers.
Best mothers on planet Earth he's ever
Yes,
seen.
he did.
No, for real. The two of you are so dedicated. I mean, Sharon will suck snot out of the kids' noses when she has to. Jen will beat the shit out of her children.
I'm not that hardcore.
No. But listen,
Well,
you came up, you and Eric had a very, you had a tough predicament.
I was
And
about to say,
Right.
I've spoken about this before on our podcast, but
now you have another, another voice.
another point of view. We got our asses kicked when Hallie was born. We didn't
Yes,
know. We didn't know which direction it was coming from, and then not only that, we had people telling us, "Oh, she'll grow out of it. Oh, it's just a phase. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that." And then it comes out that she's globally apraxic. Jen, you want to explain what apraxia is?
Praxia is when her brain is not sending the messages to the mouth or to the rest of the body. So she's not able to move fast or come up with the words because her tongue is not formed.
There's just
So
a
it's all-
there's a disconnect.
It's
She's
all-
talking beautifully
it's all
now.
motor
Yeah.
planning.
She talks
But
beautifully now.
That was a lot of hard work. Everything that you take for granted with a child, like with my son, you just take for granted that they're going to pull up to stand and that they're going to roll over, or they're going to crawl and then they're going to eventually walk. Hallie, literally every step of the way, it has to be pulled out of her with intense therapy.
Mhm.
And that's still going on to today. We're learning how to read, learning how to write. It has to be pulled out. It's just not quick.
Mhm. Except Call of Duty.
But
Now she wants
believe
to be
it
a
or not,
police officer.
believe it or not, that took a year.
I know.
We've been playing for a year. Every single night, me and Michael and I play with our
Kids.
with our kids, and we get online and we all play together and Call of Duty.
Yeah, and
Modern
but you know
Warfare.
what?
I know she's got it. She's getting kills. My favorite thing is watching her play, and she's 9-year-old tiny little girl, and she's getting kills against God knows who on the other end. And
I say to myself,
it's super funny.
and I'm not making fun of Hallie because it's funny, but like here she is, she's probably playing against these like really hardcore gamers, and they're getting killed by this little 9-year-old Apraxic girl. You know, she's getting triple kills. She's calling in care packages. But she's, Dad, Michael, look, I got him. I did it. My favorite thing is she says, I did it. And then we have our own little gamer boys, and a little gamer boy and a little gamer girl. I don't know what we're going to do, Sharon. Our children are just, Kayla is all iPad, Roblox, and Alex is anything Fortnite and Call of Duty.
Well, I think I'm personally not against those things. A, because I like it. And B, but you know what? I don't think I turned out that bad.
No.
So I don't think being a product of those devices is necessarily a bad thing. Because because going into the real world, it's all around you. You're sitting down at a desk. You're in front of your screen all day. We run our businesses from our cell phones.
You know, one of the most profound things you've ever said was when we were balancing our finances, right? Mom handed us the mortgage. She handed us the paper. She's like, you're on your own now. Literally just like that. And I mean, we were stunned. You mean Mom's not going to pay our mortgage anymore? We have to do this ourselves. It's right when we got married. And you said that like balancing your books, your personal books is like a video game.
Yeah.
And it's like, we grew up on SimCity and, you have to build the city and make sure that the taxes are all in order and, don't overtax, don't undertax. You have to do the advertising budgets and everything. But it was that was really profound what you said, because it is the truth. Because I look at it, if you look at everything like a video game, it's much more fun.
Well, listen, I think you can't. It's very hard to escape it, and I don't agree from hiding from it because listen, too much of anything isn't good. But I think with
so you think Fortnite's good? You think that?
I think it's strategy games. I think definitely means something. I think it's critical thinking. Honestly, what's the difference between Chutes and Ladders and Fortnite?
Well, the only difference is nowadays is they research how to make the kids addicted to these games. That's the only difference that I don't like about these games.
Right.
I wish it was just strategy based, or just something that we're talking about based. Then it would be productive and there would be good things going on. But because I feel like they try and make the kids addicted, and you can see it, that's the part that I really don't.
Well, but that's our job to tone it down,
to limit it, yes,
to police it,
job,
right? Yes. Do you allow your kids unlimited time on their phones? I know you guys are big with allowing your children to be on their phones.
Yeah, we let them be on the phones. I mean,
here's like 2-3 hours, go do it.
But what they like to do is they love to make phone calls and do text messages. But it's with a sense of community. They're going to call their grandparents. They're going to call their cousins. They're going to FaceTime. They're going to text message.
Yeah, that's
so
cute. I love when they call me.
Yeah, Sharon's the only one that doesn't brush them off the phone. I'm like, oh, hi guys. I'll call you in a little bit.
What are you doing, Michael?
I'm in the bathroom, Zach. Let me see. No, Zach. No. Or Hallie doesn't believe me. Hallie was still sending me candid shots of her belly because I showed her once when she was 3 years old. I said, Hallie, look at Mikey's belly. She was 3. She's 9, and she still lifts up her shirt, and she's still sending me pictures of one photo when she was 3
of her pipic.
3 years.
She remembers everything.
She's like a steel trap, that kid.
Yes.
She remembers everything. And when you say something, she'll remind you weeks and weeks later. So, Michael.
Zachary's starting to do that now, too.
Really?
He's starting to, remind me of things that happened a long time ago.
Really?
Like, you remember that?
Well, just for everyone's reference, Hallie is 9, Zachary is 5, Alex
is 11.
11, and Kayla is
7.
7.
Yeah. Alex is just, I have to be really careful, and this is happening so much more lately now, but everything I say, he just regurgitates, but makes it about himself. Earlier this week.
Just like his daddy.
No, I wasn't like that with my father. But I just said, early this week, my throat was a little raw, right? It's like winter time. My throat's a little raw. I was like, oh, Sharon, my throat's so raw and scratchy. It was Sunday night. I'm like, oh, it hurts when I swallow. An hour later, quote unquote, Alex is in bed because he has school the next day. We just came off a 5-day weekend for Thanksgiving. And Alex is sitting there going, Mom, my throat is raw and scratchy. I'm like, you don't talk like this, Alex. You're literally copying me. And we firmly believe that Kayla is just the most perfect child. You know, straight up.
She doesn't cause a lot of issues.
Kayla comes home. We don't ask her to do her homework. She comes in. She sits down. She asks for a snack.
It's the second child.
It's the second.
Yeah. I know all about that.
Yeah.
I flew more under the radar. You were all noise.
Yeah. No, 100%. I still am.
Your son is all noise. Certainly Hallie was a lot of noise, and Zachary
Hallie soaks up a lot more attention than Zachary does.
Zachary just goes to school.
Right. No, Kayla comes in.
Hallie has to have an aide, and she's got to have a thingamabob, and you know.
Mm-hmm. Alex has tutors. Because, you know, Sharon and him were button heads when it came to the work, and I think it was your opinion to say, you're
going to ruin your relationship with your kid because you're at odds with how to teach and extra help. Just take yourself out of the equation and hire a tutor, someone professional that knows what they're doing.
And it's his 5th grade teacher, Miss Orfano. She's incredible. And, you know, Alex is in 6th grade now, so it's working out well. We're finally in a nice rhythm with him, with school, and he gets to play his video games every day. And for now. Listen, puberty's hard. You know, it sucks.
He's not even there yet.
He's getting his hairy legs and everything.
Yeah.
He's like,
I can't wait for his voice to
change. But when his voice changes, and you'll know when puberty hits.
I know.
I hear it's a disaster with girls.
Yeah.
Really?
I hear they're just epic.
Well, teenage girls in general.
Really?
They're just vicious.
Were you?
Mm-hmm.
Were you?
I don't think so.
Yeah. You were like Kayla. Come in, do your work, keep quiet.
Quiet. I did what I had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jen gave her parents
a lot of agita.
A run.
Really? You never like ran away or anything, did you?
I thought about it, but
did you? I mean, we all thought about it. Everyone thought about running away.
I didn't run away.
No.
But I disobeyed. I did what I could
did you?
To push the limits.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It worked.
She still does.
Yeah, she still does.
She still has to keep her parents in check.
With you or my parents?
With your parents. Me, I don't let her get away with that shit.
Eric, we're going shopping now.
No, ultimately, we generally have really good relationships with you guys. There's no.
So I want to know.
I
want to know candidly. I'll start with Jen.
Yeah.
Jen, what was it like? What was the reality check of you coming into our family business? Because also, I just want to say, right now, both the girls do work with the company while they're full-time moms, and that takes up 90% of their time. They both do have jobs in the company. Jen manages all internal travel. So basically, if anybody in the company has to travel, they have to go through Jen, and Jen books the car, the hotel,
the air.
And we make sure
and the rental cars.
And the rental cars, she makes sure, and the BLS, and she makes sure that everybody stays within budget. They're staying at an approved hotel, and I give you mad props for that, and I don't like giving you props over anything. And not only that, our clients have been teaching her a lot, because we reach out to them to say, we're starting an internal travel. What do we do? Yeah. So and that was also Jen's first foray into actually speaking with our clients. So it was a great experience, and as the position grows, she can learn from that. And Sharon manages internal events and gifts. So we're big, and not GIFS. Right? We're big with internal culture, and we're very big with client appreciation. So we go to a lot of trade shows. We throw a lot of parties internally for our employees. We have events where we bring in food trucks, or we'll go to a trade show and we need supplies, and Sharon is in charge of organizing event, all of that stuff. She's our party planner. But it's really great, because these jobs, you can do it all from your cell phone. Yeah. And that's what's so amazing, that you don't have to be tied down to a desk. Do you guys find it hard, your positions? Do you find it challenging? Like, I'll start with Sharon. What do you like? Well, I'm enjoying it. That's for sure. I mean, there are challenging aspects of that, just because there's a lot of working, parts going on. But everyone's been great to work with, and they just make the job that much easier. That's awesome. Jen has like 8 people in the air all 7 days a week. February, that's when I'll get nervous, because there's about how many people? Limo show. There's you have about 20 trips, if not more. Lot. Yeah, with hotel, airfare, and then I get the email like the night before. Oh, check in. So I'm telling everybody, check into your flight, because I'm like scared that everyone's going to miss it. I wanted to have someone in this position for years. Even when Dad was alive, we needed internal director of travel, and you
both of you guys are doing unbelievable, because it's
fun.
a hard job. I don't care what you say. Handling the gifts and handling the events, it's a lot of moving parts. Like
and
what
also,
you said.
I had to do a big shout out. Marilyn was handling both those things.
These girls are spawn. these girls are Marilyn Hornick's spawn.
Yeah.
Right.
Listen, we decided we're like, Marilyn's wasting her talents. Not saying that these things aren't important. They are very important, and that's why we created positions for them. But Marilyn, we figured that Marilyn should just continue doing what she's really good at, and that's just taking care of the clients.
100%.
And it was kicking and screaming. She's like, "What? No."
She's still complaining.
Yeah, she's still
It's
complaining
months later.
that she wants to do it. Like, you can't do everything, Marilyn.
Do you like travel? Do you like doing that?
I do.
Why?
I like it.
Why?
Well, planning of the travel for BLS?
Yeah, everything.
Oh, yeah, no,
Is it a control
I enjoy it.
thing? Because I know how you, and so that's a good thing, because I'm a control freak too. I won't let you book me.
Oh, well.
Sometimes
you
I'll
better
let you
listen,
book.
otherwise, your
can put me-
seat could be like on the wing somewhere.
You can put me all the way in the back of the plane.
in the middle.
In the middle.
Middle
You're
seat.
not going to get your window.
Thanks.
No problem.
So what do you like about it? Is it a control thing?
I'm very organized.
Yes, you
so
are.
I like writing it down, going on the computer, doing what I have to do. I'm still not great at doing it on the phone. Eric's like trying to get me there.
Well, no, but shout out to upside.com.
Okay.
They've
been good.
Yeah, they've been really, really good.
What is Upside?
Upside.com is a service that books internal travel, and you get rewards, and you get 3% back on everything that you book.
Mm-hmm.
And then the booker gets gift cards. They give a $5 Starbucks gift card to everybody that's traveling. And like, there's an app, so we can book the hotel, we can book the car, and we can book the airline, and it all is consolidated onto one app.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's really good. So
That's
now,
cool.
So
We tried it a few times so far.
because Jen was booking on
All the websites.
She was booking
Right.
on Delta,
Delta.com
and then
or-
on JetBlue, and then on this.
Right.
And we were looking for a place to consolidate it, so we can just track it all that much better. So everything's on one credit card, and it's just a lot more easy to handle.
Did you ever think you'd be doing that?
No.
Well, it was her
Travel.
idea.
Definitely evolved.
It was her idea. I mean, explain the process. You came to me and said what you were grappling with, that you wanted to be
I
involved.
did. Well, you guys have getting really busy recently.
Yeah.
Like, just,
Past year.
Eric's been on the phone all day. Sometimes I don't know who he's on the phone with or what he's doing, and I'm really not the type of person.
His bookie.
I'm not like the type of person. I don't really sit back and say, oh yeah, my husband's just working like everyone else I know kind of from our area. I kind of want to know what he's doing, and I'll say, oh, who was that, or what's going on. And he usually, Eric, he can't explain always so well. So he's like, all right, well, call my mom, call Michael. They'll tell you what's going on or something. And then he just got busier and busier. And I said, I want to be part of something also. And I'm like, nobody books your travel. So I said, can I become a travel manager? And, I brought it up to you. I brought it up to Phyllis.
It's not even I didn't know about it, because I would have never allowed it.
Oh, of course.
It's the best
Why?
thing. No, sliding into the position, I mean, it was a natural fit, and it's the best thing, one of the best positions we've added this year.
But now, I know I talk to everybody in the company pretty much.
Yeah.
I have all their cell phones, all their addresses. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I book everything that's needed. The only
That's
time
awesome.
that it was stressful was when someone was traveling and almost missed their flight, and I was out. And they're like, I might need the next flight. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. So like, I was out, I ran home, I'm up sitting by the computer. I keep refreshing my screen. I'm like, can you make this flight? Can you make this flight? Then all of a sudden they're like, okay, I walked on, I'm sitting down. I'm like, thank God.
That's really funny.
I'm not going to say who that was, but that was very nerve-wracking.
Only people in the travel industry would understand this.
Right.
And I would like to mention that Sharon is a natural born party planner. Sharon knows how to
But
throw
not
a
like,
party,
listen, partying and
buying
planning
really
the party, and then but
getting gifts.
the gifting. It's a big portion of our business, and you have to like that to do it.
Well, I like shopping, so it's
Right.
like a natural fit,
Well, you've chosen gifts that you and Phyllis put your heads together, and you guys say, okay, we have a client. This is who she is. This is her age, and then you explain it.
Yeah.
How does that work?
We just try and find within our budget, just gifts that are fitting for the person, and depending what event's going on, just the promotional items that we think are appropriate for what we're doing or what we're throwing or what we're involved with. And And then, I
Do you think it's easy?
I think the events are going to get bigger and bigger.
Oh, they definitely are. Do you find it easy? Do you find it challenging?
Well, purchasing items is not the challenge. It's just getting things that are appropriate for the event or the person.
Right.
Is just more involved because I don't know a lot of the clients. So that's where Marilyn and Phyllis come in.
Right.
To try and, figure out what the best fit would be.
Mm-hmm. Where do you see our kids? What positions do you see our children in the exact moment they're in right now? Where do you see Alex and Kayla? Where do you see Hallie and Zach coming into this company and taking over a role? I mean, a year ago, we didn't know you were going to be the travel manager. A year ago, we didn't know you were going to be the events manager.
I honestly don't know. All I know is that they're definitely coming in, and this is a great segue into that Sharon and Jen are the glue that hold it together to keep those kids together. Because
100%.
One day the four of them are going to be running the company.
100%.
And the relationship that they have starts now.
Oh, what do we do every Saturday night? Come hell or high water, what do we do every single Saturday night?
The four of us and our kids go out to dinner every single Saturday night.
Yeah. Shout out to Rothmans and Keith. Rothmans on Northern Boulevard.
In East Norwich.
The best.
They take care of us so good. And
they do.
I don't know if anyone knows or anyone cares, but my Jen and I children have a lot of allergies: dairy, eggs, peanuts, tree nuts, seeds, mustard, chickpeas, and corn and sensitivities.
all that stuff.
Sensitivities to corn, sugar, so the whole 9 yards. So it's very hard to go eat out. We can eat out in two places. We can eat out in Rothmans, or we could eat out in restaurants at Disney. So
which we'll get to.
So we go to Rothmans basically every single Saturday night, and they just take care of the kids so well. And it's so awesome to go to a place like Rothmans because they take care of us the way we take care of our clients. And like just looking at how they do it, you take lesson from that and you bring that to your place where, like we get the same waiter every single time.
Mm-hmm.
I get it why someone wants the same chauffeur every single time because
it's
they
level of comfort,
and they just take care.
They learn you.
Yeah.
They learn what you like and what you don't like.
Like we walk in and we tell Keith, we're just going to get the usual. It's done.
Yeah.
Right. And this is not,
talk to me.
And this is not, these are 8 different plates.
Yeah.
These are 8 different plates. This isn't the same thing. This isn't a buffet where everyone can get what these are 8 different plates that this man
with allergies.
allergies.
And everything has to be perfect or else our kids are going to have a reaction. They're going to start wheezing. They're going to start sneezing, or worse, they can get hives. They can start throwing up. So like we know we go there.
Yeah.
They take care of our kids.
They do.
And that's worth everything for us.
Jump right real quick. I know we were on the topic of keeping the kids together, but I find it very odd that brothers and sisters vacation the way we do together. I mean, where are we going in 2.5 weeks? We're going together as a family to Disney. That became and at first it was Vegas, right? That was Dad's utopia. And as much as we didn't want to be there for those long extended periods, I think it still really brought us closer together.
Absolutely.
And also there was really nothing wrong with going out and eating and gambling every single night.
With 4 kids.
With 4 kids.
Before kids.
Oh, before kids. Yes. Yes. Before children. Yes.
After that, I was like,
I'll never forget those nights at 54 with just the 4 of us and Carnival Court and and we're not big drinkers, right? Like we're not big.
Listen, everybody was 21 at some point.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what we're talking about. And Vegas, Vegas, especially back then, circa 2006.
Good times.
2004 to 2007.
Good times.
Something like that.
That was magical times.
It really was.
That was in like, that was primetime Vegas for us.
Yeah, it was. It was. And it was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
And then when moving over to, with all 4 kids, ages 5 to 11,
we went all in on Disney.
Yeah.
We went all in on Disney and we go down there and
it was really, it was really, Alex and Kayla worship Disney. They love Disney,
right.
But really, as someone with allergies, and the running joke is always that Hallie and Zach should be my kids,
yes,
and Alex and Kayla should be your kids.
Because Michael was the only person ever that I've ever known that's been allergic
to everything.
And
to everything.
Yeah, he's been allergic. I've always, he's my brother, so I grew up with him, and going out to dinner, he's always, I can't have nuts, I can't have tomatoes, I can't have this, I can't have that, and never knew anyone else. And then I got married and I had kids. I'm like, I'm not eating 7 meals a day with him. Sure as shit.
It's even worse.
It's even worse with my kids.
Right.
So I don't know.
Going down to Disney with someone with allergies, that for every meal, no one understands this, but when you go sit down to a meal and you're allergic to something that could be cross-contaminated, when you get an allergic reaction, you think you're going to die. You think that your throat is going to close up, and you literally think that your life is over a freaking food,
right?
Over something simple as
an almond.
Over an almond can end your life. Every meal that I sit down to, I have that fear. Not when I'm home, right? If I'm cooking a steak on the grill, like I know that I'm going to be okay home. But when I go to a restaurant, it's fucking terrifying since I'm a little kid.
Right.
So when we went down to Disney that first time, the four of us with the kids, and I said, and it was Rainforest Cafe for us, and I said, I have an allergy, and she's like, stop. I'm like, what? She goes, let me get the chef. And the chef came out and said, what can I make you that's not going to have cross-contamination? And I said, I want 2 bacon cheeseburgers, no bun, no nuts, no tomatoes, no soy, no paprika, and no wheat, gluten, anything. Is it no problem. And they came out, and I said to Eric, we have to get places down here. This, for Hallie and Zach to go to any restaurant in the Magic Kingdom, to go to any restaurant in a hotel, to go to any restaurant. I mean, you guys didn't even explore Universal. We're doing Universal this trip, which I'm very excited about. But Universal, I went to the Harry Potter restaurant with Sharon, Mom, and the kids, and they're like, this you can't eat, but this you can. You don't know the liberating feeling. You don't know.
I know
for your kids.
I know on behalf of my kids.
Right.
Jen and I went out to lunch, and on the Friday after Thanksgiving, and we ordered the kids grilled chicken with French fries.
Yeah.
And it's a nothing lunch, right? But it was such a victory for us that we're at a place where we can go to a place where we know, and they're going to take care of the kids, and our kids can enjoy the meal,
right?
And they can eat out just like everybody else, because for basically 8 years we didn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everywhere that we went, we cooked for our kids and we brought it with us.
You've been broadening since we started going. I think it's been a little longer than that.
No, we were still going to Disney and cooking for them. It really took a long time for us to get used to it.
Right. Do you see them
trust the process?
Do you see them sitting down in a restaurant like the Crystal Palace and knowing they'll be able to eat anything there, or do you still feel that you guys are going to always need to carry food for them?
I mean, I think we're almost there.
Right.
They're also picky on top of it.
Yes, they are.
So, like,
Zach's not that picky, right?
I think he's pickier than Hallie.
Really?
Yeah.
Hallie got older.
Yeah.
So she's less picky. She's enjoying more things.
Right. And she's excited to try new things.
Yeah, she's excited to try new things.
Right.
Zach's,
he's 5. You got to give the kid a break.
Yes.
Our son loves escargot. Alex,
Kayla's pretty picky.
Kayla's very picky. And as long as it has sugar in it, she'll eat it. If there's no sugar in it, she'll go, look, Dad, I'm eating the hamburger. I took a bite, Dad. Put a piece of cake in front of her face, and it's it's double fisted. She takes after you with that. My wife
I love
loves
when they don't
sugar.
feed themselves, but then when there's chocolate cake in front, she's like, "Oh, I could do that."
100%.
I don't want the hamburger.
Kayla, eat the hamburger. Eat the steak, Kayla. Eat the steak. Kayla, there's an ice pop here. But our children, I got to say that we could take Alex. We've been taking Alex anywhere, and he will try anything. This kid, and it's very fortunate that we don't have the allergies. But I can't eat what he's eating. And Kayla's definitely much pickier, and we have to be at a place that has a hamburger and French fries for the most part. She won't eat buffet food unless it's mac and cheese.
I don't blame her.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that these are your kids, and Hallie and Zach are mine. But
yep. So what I wanted to talk about, we keep getting off topic, is what was the culture shock of coming into the Okon family and learning about BLS?
I don't know if it was so much a culture shock. I think it was just the family dynamic. And that, you worked for your parents and everything was basically ruled by them.
Mm-hmm.
So it was interesting to see how you and your brother had to, live your everyday lives and navigate. And you were working for them, but there was very fine lines.
There was no line, basically. There was no line. There was no line versus, when our father called us at work or when he called us at home, we had to run and we had to jump. And it didn't matter if we were with him for 8 hours at work. And then when he wanted us at his house, we had to be there.
It was an education, though, that you could have never gotten anywhere. And I don't know one family that, sisters even, that went through the education that we went through when it came to being under Phyllis and David's tutelage.
Yep.
What do you think, Cher?
Yeah, I agree with Jen. I don't think it was so much a culture shock of coming in. It was definitely a progression of, getting to know the dynamics that went on. Very unique situation. A lot of strong personality, definitely. But there's always good intention. So I think just recognizing the end goal helped with the process.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a lot to learn.
Yes. And when my father would tell us to come over, all he was doing was teaching us for us. It wasn't for him. He thought that what he was doing right now, like when I talk to my kids, I say to myself, Dad, now I know what you were doing, because I talk to my kids and not as torturous as he used to make it.
Yeah.
Because he was no. But like when I say I was playing Call of Duty the other night. I had to catch up to Eric because he was 8 levels ahead of me. So I like to be on the same page as him. And
never going to happen at Call of Duty.
Alex, I'm already beating you. Alex came at 9:30 at night. He said, Dad, why are you playing? I'm like, what do you mean, why am I playing? He said, you can't be playing. I have to be playing with you. I'm like, Alex, I'm 41 years old and I can do whatever I want whenever I want. And when you're my age, then your son's going to come to you and say, Dad, why are you playing? You're going to understand. And I would do the same thing to my father.
But
why are you
He sees himself as your equal.
Right. And I saw myself as David's equal, saying,
Right.
well, why can Dad sleep in the afternoon and I can't? And he's like, because I worked for this and I did this. And then I have my son coming going, well, why can you do that and I can't? And it's the same exact thing. So, it continues. Your kids don't do that to you, right? Your kids are just on you. When I call you, he sounds like he's in the Bronx Zoo, and there's these monkeys all around him, just screaming, yapping, and hollering. And
8:30 p.m. lights out.
Yes.
Well, I mean, for the amount of energy your children expend,
my kids go. They go, and it's the best way I could explain it.
It's the complete opposite for us, because between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m., you said your kids are 4 to 8 on the go.
They're nuts.
Mm-hmm. Our children from 4 to 8 can't move. They get on the couch, SpongeBob, homework, few tutors here and there. That's it.
Well, sometimes there's after school activities. So that keeps them busy too.
Sure. But what do they do when they come home? They're not running around.
They're doing their homework. They're eating.
They're exhausted.
Waiting to play a video game.
Right. But they're exhausted. Our children are, especially Kayla.
Yeah.
Kayla has.
It's when our kids amp it up.
Oh my God.
But what time do your kids go to sleep?
9:30.
Yeah.
9:30 on the weekends.
They're in bed at 9.
And they sleep in the same room, just like you. Kayla will not be without anyone. Kayla wants to be with him. And Alex, we thought it was going to be weird, right? Alex, you could sleep by yourself. So then Kayla went to sleep in Sharon, between Sharon and me. And it was like, Alex is coming in and be like, where's Kayla? Alex, I mean, you want her to sleep in your bedroom? Yeah, I want her to sleep in my bedroom. And they sit. They're two yentas until 10:30 at night. They're sitting and they're talking. This is what we want for them.
Right.
This is the relationship we want for them. We want them to be really close. Your kids don't, not even, like, Zach would never sleep in Hallie's room, right?
No.
Zachary, get out.
Yeah, no.
Really?
Hallie couldn't do that yet.
You don't think so? Boy, buy
No.
buy a futon and have like a sleepover on a Saturday night?
No, they both want their own beds, their space.
Really?
That's it. Zach wants me in his room on the floor, which I do, but
Really?
Dedicated mother, ladies and gentlemen.
When?
I go in there every night between like 12 and 2 or something. He checks on me to see if I'm there.
Are you serious? That's better than him coming in between you.
Well,
you
I would
two.
never let him in my bed.
Right.
I'm like, that's not.
That's where you draw the line.
Yeah, no. I don't sleep with my kids.
So Jen will sleep on the floor.
Yeah, but he's
Really?
in his room, in his bed.
Jen has like a little futon.
Yep.
Really? And do you sleep?
Also think it's
Yeah,
nice
yeah,
to
I
get
sleep
away
fine.
from me.
What?
Get away from me in the middle of the night.
She doesn't wake you up?
Yeah,
Sometimes.
I wake up when she leaves.
Yeah.
I always just turn
But
over
he
and
wakes
go
me.
right back to sleep.
You always wake me with something. You drop something, click something.
Drop my phone. You know what the worst thing in the world is? Checking your email at 1 a.m. and then seeing there's a problem.
Yeah, no, you're not going back to sleep.
That's the worst thing in the world.
Yeah. No, you're not going back to sleep.
Yeah.
Sharon can't do that when she watches the Kardashians. When she watches
That's relaxing.
That's relax. Yeah, there's been times where she's had nightmares about Bruce Jenner.
No, you have.
I have, yes, but there was there was one time where, I can't watch those shows. I have to watch like football or like some, silly Netflix documentary.
Food Network, baby.
Even then, Golf Channel, but
I'm even though I don't eat it, I'm absolutely obsessed with all those
holiday baking
shows.
Our children love those shows.
They're great.
Yeah.
They're fun.
They make a cupcake turkey. I love it.
Just, I don't know. That stuff I could never eat it anyway. You know?
Yeah, I'm not interested in eating it. I don't know.
You liked sweets though growing up, right? Were you a big sweets kid?
Yeah.
You were. I know you were a pasta guy.
I was more of a pasta guy.
Right.
Spaghetti and meatballs, shrimp bistro pasta from Cheesecake Factory.
Big shout out to Shrimp Bistro at Cheesecake.
Yeah. Now I'm just more of a ribeye and bacon pepper guy.
Best, like most wanted dessert ever. Like what dessert, if you could have any dessert in the world right now, what would it be? And without him here. Without Eric in the room.
I love that giant cookie from the supermarket. Any
Shout out to
supermarket, like I love cupcakes, like they're cupcakes with the frosting. Brownie sundae.
Really?
I can go on and on though with dessert.
Sharon, I know you like to indulge.
I like any rich chocolate, like a ganache or a mousse. I'll take any of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Carvel ice cream cake.
That place looks like a shithole.
Does it?
I mean, we drove by it. It's so
Yeah, I've
outdated.
been in there.
Yeah.
Does not
It looks
look
so
good.
outdated.
It tastes the same.
Oh, I'm sure. But it's like, the crunchies with the frosting.
Really?
Oh, I love Carvel. My mom used to get that for me.
Carvel. We used to get Carvel.
For my birthday.
Every Friday night was Taco Bell when we lived in Heather Lane. You remember that? Oh no, we would have like 80 gorditas.
I ate 27 tacos one time.
Yeah, 27 tacos.
I remember waking up the following morning with stretch marks.
Yeah, really?
That's what it'll do.
Really?
I remember waking up the next morning fatter.
Right.
I'm still scarred from 27 tacos when I was 17 years old.
Yeah.
What did you think? Nothing would happen?
It was low fat. It was the low fat craze. We're not eating.
That wasn't even low fat. That was just
No, stupidity.
Yeah.
Just straight up stupidity.
So
We didn't start eating the fast food though until we got told mom and dad got,
I think this was a lovely podcast.
This was wonderful. Thank you, girls. Was it as scary as you thought it was?
Not scary at all.
Not scary.
No.
They didn't want to come on. They didn't want to come on at all.
No,
They're like,
didn't.
no, I have to prepare. We're just come on and we're gonna talk.
I'll come on anytime you want me to now.
Now I don't even want you on. You
Okay,
you
fine.
stole my thunder.
I'll do the podcast alone.
You probably will.
Jen and I can talk about
Call
Yeah,
it
that's
kids
fine.
and desserts.
call it sister-in-laws.
Kids, sister-in-laws, Kids and Desserts with Sharon Jen.
It's a really good movie idea, Michael.
Kids and Desserts.
No, sister-in-laws.
Sister-in-laws.
Has there ever been a title called sister-in-laws?
No, that's good. Like a Thelma and Louise type thing where they go on an adventure because the husbands are fucking morons.
Yeah.
I think we'll do our own podcast next
Would you?
Yeah,
and have
should.
some women on.
You know
You
what?
guys out of here. We don't need you anymore.
But it should,
But you know, but like,
it should be
listen,
Okon Sis.
the studios
Okon
the
Bros.
studio is here, and I know
Phyllis does this.
Jen's pretty enthusiastic, and she's part of the community online for Apraxia and spreading awareness and stuff like that, because there's a lot of groups online. If you ever wanted to get people on here and we can talk about Apraxia and
You could do
growing up.
Skype interviews too, Jen, for people that can't make it in the studio. Sharon, same thing with you with with
talk about
Gucci
my,
and Louis Vuitton.
Eridophilus and
corn. No, Sharon's big with the Cookie Monsters. What are they called? Girl Scouts.
the Cookie Monsters.
That's why I call her.
I like
Sharon,
that.
Sharon's the manager for the cookies, so I call her my Cookie Monster because I went. When was that? When we came back from Vegas, I landed. Sharon had a meeting to go to at some firehouse for a cookie meeting or something, and I went, and it was cool. These people take it really seriously. The Girl Scouts.
They do.
So
very dedicated women.
yeah, well, so were you though. I mean, you took this on. I think you sold how many boxes of cookies that you sell? What was that?
Last year?
Yeah. You won an award
Over
for that.
500. Well, Kayla won the award.
Well, you won the award.
Wasn't me.
No, Kayla was eating pop chips and watching SpongeBob. Where you were like, "You want to buy cookies?" Sharon was contacting third and fourth aunts, third and fourth cousins. Want to buy some cookies? I haven't spoken to you in 20 years. I know you want to buy some
Girl
cookies.
Scout cookies.
Everyone, well, you did amazing. But like everything that you do, you take it to a level of I don't want to say superiority because that sounds bad, but you really do everything with your whole heart, and I appreciate that. It made me do the same thing, and I mean this when I say this. I think these girls made us better at who we are.
Absolutely.
I'm a better guy because of Sharon.
Well, you made
100%.
us better too.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that. I hope that's the truth.
That's our goal.
That was the biggest lie because Jen's nose is growing right now. The thing is moving like this.
I'm always nice
Jen's
to
nose
you.
is growing. Yes, I know. Not really. You're the little sister I always wanted, and I know
Absolutely.
that. I know that too.
We have.
Well, I'm the older one, so he doesn't like that.
Yeah, I know.
I always feel like I'm older. I don't know why.
But you're not.
You're not.
But you're not.
Charge.
It's like a year and a half. It's like not
It's
a big
okay.
deal.
Michael's
I-
definitely my older brother.
I find it crazy that you and Sharon are only like a year apart. That just drives me. That drives me nuts.
And you love that I'm so much younger than you.
Shut the fuck up, Jen.
That's my favorite
How
joke.
many years
between the
younger are
both
you
of
than
us.
Michael?
7.
Yeah, I'm
7 years.
35 and you're 41.
Yep. Thanks. Remind me again.
So
No
terrible.
problem. I
Yeah.
love it.
I love having like a little sister that I could bust chops with because I can't do that with him because he takes everything so seriously.
I know.
Shut the fuck up, Michael.
Shut the fuck up, Michael. No, but with you, Jen, yeah, no, it's great. And Jen's my it's official. You know, we could put this on there. Jen is my Disney wife, and I'm Jen's.
Yeah, I removed myself from the Disney plan.
So did Sharon.
I have no say anyway, so what's the point?
That's not true. I'll take you anywhere. We're doing Legoland, we're doing Gatorland. I try to do everything that you want to do. No,
Yes, honey. Yeah.
it's not true.
Yeah.
I say, Sharon, what do you want to do? She wants to go on scary rides. Like
I
that's
just want new things.
I do. I get
Yeah,
them
but
for
she
you.
does that with Alex.
I know.
You don't need to do that.
No, I'm not doing that shit. I'm a small world kind
Alex
of guy.
is her partner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it took me 35
Trying to get
years
him.
to get on
Sharon
Splash Mountain.
and I just show up. Entertain us. What are we going on next, guys? I honestly, I could not because it takes time to plan trips, and
Oh, I
especially
love
like
it.
we
Yes, it
go
does.
we go to Disney like 5 times a year,
Yeah,
and it's like, what are we planned up to already? Like we're going in December.
we're planned up until June.
We are.
We're planned up until June of
so
this
like,
year.
like planning Disney trips is a full-time job.
Actually,
I
we
like
have to
it.
start doing June soon.
No,
But you won't really be there. Or December to June.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. That's 6 months away, June.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take this off air. Let's sign off, guys.
Thanks
like,
for.
like,
Thank you for
subscribe,
having us.
share.
Oh,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome. Come on again, girls.
Love you guys.
We will.
Love you, girls.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Like, subscribe, leave comments below.
Share.
Tell us how beautiful
share
our lives
with
are.
share with your wife.
Share with your wife. Exactly.
Later, guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye.